Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm actually super excited to be filming today's video. I find these types of videos so entertaining to watch, so I can only assume it's going to be as entertaining for me to film, and that is me reacting to or reading through the assumptions that you have about me, my life, in my case, my kids, my relationship, my family, everything that I put out there on the internet. I actually asked you guys over on Instagram and on a YouTube community post to leave some assumptions that you have about my life, and so today I'm going to be reading through those. I do have quite a few here. I'm going to kind of read through them as we go through and pick the ones that I think will be the most entertaining. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I don't want it to be too long and too rambly, so we're going to just jump right into it. I'm actually going to start with the ones that I got over on Instagram. I put up 2 separate stories asking you guys for assumptions, and I have quite a few here. So we're going to start with the first post, and someone said, I assume that one twin is easier to take care of than the other, which is kind of true, and it depends on different things. Ben is a lot easier, like he's an easier eater, he eats a lot faster, he's not as picky, he is more laid back in the sense that like if a show is on, he'll just sit there and watch the show that he likes, or if he gets in like the mode with a toy, he'll sit there and he'll play. But he is a lot more emotional, which is a lot harder to deal with if he is frustrated or angry or sad, or like Jack does something that hurts him. It's a lot harder to calm him down. He's also a lot more attached to me, so that's harder. It's harder to like walk away from him or leave him with somebody. Even if he knows who that person is, he doesn't like to be out of my sight. So Jack is easier to take care of in the sense that he's not as emotional. He's more like free-spirited. He'll go to anyone basically. He's more of like the social baby and doesn't have stranger danger all that much. So this assumption is like kind of right in one sense and kind of right in the other sense for the other baby. They're very different babies for me, and so I find it, you know, easier to take care of one in certain situations than it is to take care of the other, if that makes sense. The next assumption that I have is you're a strong person who always looks for the positive, and this assumption is not correct. If you guys saw my goals for 2021 video, I said that I wanted to be a more positive person, and I think I might have said this in my goals for 2020 video, I'm not sure, but I know I said it for 2021 that I wanted to be a more positive person, because I am not a positive person. I know I come across as a super positive person on social media and through my videos, and I think that's just because your online presence is like a highlights reel of your life. You guys don't see like my anxiety and when I am being a negative person, but I'm a big what ifer. I always do like, what if this happens and what if this happens? It's very hard for me to look for like the bright side of things. I'm a big worrier and I am an anxious person, so I know I come across as positive, and I am positive with the respect of like my attitude. Like, I am a very positive person to talk to. Like, I'm not gonna make the conversation negative or like say negative things about you or to you, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a positive presence, but in my own mind, I don't really think positively. I'm like the glass half empty, is that what it is? Where like if something goes wrong, I can't think about maybe the positives that will come out of it. I can only ever think of the negatives. So this assumption is not right, but it is very flattering that you think I am a positive person. And you also say that I'm a strong person, and I do believe that. I do believe I'm a very strong person. I've gone through a lot, and I feel like everything I've gone through has made me the person that I am. So I do think I'm a strong person and a strong woman, but I'm definitely not a positive person. Okay, heading over to my second set of Instagram assumptions. This post got a lot. Oh, I'm zooming in way too far. Okay, first assumption: the boys laugh more than they cry. And this is like a 50-50. It is very easy to get my boys to laugh. They're very silly. They make each other laugh. They're very ticklish. And so it is easy to get them to laugh, but they also cry a lot. And a lot of you guys always comment that they're such peaceful babies and they don't really cry that much. And that's because I'm not only going to show their meltdowns, but they cry a lot. Like I mentioned, Ben is super attached to me, so if I walk away, instant meltdown. If I'm out of his eyesight, instant meltdown. If I hand him over to somebody, instant meltdown. Recently, Ben's not wanting to be like touched by Jack. Usually they like wrestle a lot and play, and Jack loves that. But recently he's been trying to do that with Ben, and Ben is not about it, and he will throw fits. And it's not that Jack's hurting him, he just does not want to be touched by Jack. So he cries a lot with that respect. If they are hungry, they will make it known. If they're sad, frustrated, anything, they will make it known. So I don't know. I don't think the boys laugh more than they cry. I feel like it's pretty even across the board with like their emotions. They can be super happy, but they can also be super sad. Okay, next assumption. Both of you and Harris are good-tempered and patient people. And this is not all that true. We aren't always good-tempered, and I think a lot of this has to do with like the pandemic and being stuck inside with each other and adjusting to parenthood and all that kind of stuff. We definitely lose our temper. And I would say Harris is a lot more patient of a person than I am. You get on my last nerve or my patience wears thin, and you will hear it from me. He's more laid back, chill, easygoing, like a go with the flow kind of person. I am so not that way. And so he's more patient. I'm less patient, and I think both of us, if we just like hit our breaking points, our tempers are gonna come out. We're not very level with our temper, if that makes sense. So this one, I would have to say we both aren't always good-tempered, but Harris is definitely more patient than I am. Okay, next assumption, Harris is a home-loving person, and this one I had to kind of think about because he does like to be home. He loves to watch movies and like hang out on the couch and relax, but he does love to hang out with his friends. It's not always that he has to like go out somewhere, more as like he likes to have a friend over at least like once or twice a week. He likes social interaction. For me, I'm a like very homebody type of person where I don't really mind being alone all the time. Like I don't have to hang out with my friends. Of course, if plans come up, that's great, but I do love being home and being alone and just like with my own thoughts and doing my own thing. Harris definitely likes to be around people and be around his friends and go out when he gets the chance. So I would have to say that he's not that big of like a homebody, at least compared to me. I would rather be home on like a Friday night having like some wine by myself in bed, whereas he would rather like go out and hang out with his friends. Okay, next assumption. This was not a planned pregnancy, and that is true. I've never hidden this from you guys. I basically said it in like my announcement video that this was a unplanned surprise pregnancy, but just because it was unplanned doesn't mean that it was unwanted. And so yes, this assumption is true. The boys were definitely not planned for. And again, I got another assumption saying that I'm a very positive person, and like I mentioned, I am not. But it is very flattering that you guys think I am, and I would love to be. Like it's something I'm working on. I would love to be a more positive person because it is definitely more exhausting and more draining to be a negative person, to do the what ifs, to always be down, to be very sad, to be just like negative. I would love to be a more positive person, and so I'm definitely trying. But I feel like my presence in my videos, I always try to be positive because people look to your channel and look to watch your videos to uplift them, to take their mind off of something for entertainment. And if I always came on my videos and like was talking about what I was anxious about or was being a negative person or like doing the what ifs, you guys wouldn't want to hear that. You wouldn't want to watch that. So of course I'm going to put like my most positive self forward for my videos. Okay, the next or like last assumption off of my Instagram that I'm going to read before I head over to the YouTube community post is you're a super mom in like regards with college and taking care of the twins and a household. And I would have to say like this is true, not to like toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like I'm a like very super person. I'm very proud of myself for going to college. Firstly, while I was pregnant, I finished out that semester that I was in when I was pregnant, and I ended that semester 30 weeks pregnant with twins. I then only took one semester off. I went right back to finish my degree that summer after I had the boys, not even 6 months after I had them. And so I am very proud of myself that I was able to do that and finish and graduate. My degree actually just came in the mail. I need to get like a little frame for it to put it up, but I got my bachelor's in psychology at Stony Brook, if you guys are unfamiliar. And I did it pregnant with the twins during a pandemic at home, taking care of them alone. So I am very proud of myself, and I kind of want to toot my own horn here. I feel like it's something to be proud of. So I agree with that. The twins, I get a lot of compliments from you guys saying I'm doing a wonderful, fabulous job, and they mean so much to me. As a first-time parent, I feel like you get nervous or like you feel like the decisions you're making, although they're the best decisions in your mind, they might not always be the right decision. And maybe this goes for being a second-time parent or just a parent in general. You always have some level of doubt. And so it is so reassuring to hear not only from my friends and my family in the real world, but from you guys that you think I'm doing a great job, that I'm raising kind, loving, wonderful boys, that's so, like, that means so much to me. And so I would have to agree. I feel like I'm putting in the work to take care of these boys and to raise them right. And I think my hard work is paying off. And as for the household, you guys don't really see like behind the scenes and everything. I know in my vlogs, it always seems like I'm the one like cleaning and cooking, which cooking 99.9% of the time is me. But I have to give it to Harris. He does a lot around the house. He vacuums all the time. He loves to vacuum. He'll do the laundry for me. If he sees it needs to be done, like he won't be like, put the laundry in or the laundry has to be done. He'll just go and do it. He's a very clean and orderly person, which I'm not the cleanest and orderly person. I'm definitely organized in like my own way. I have like organized chaos in the room with like my clothes and everything, and around the house I would leave it that way if I could. But Harris is a very like clean, orderly, like likes his things done and kept a certain way. So I have to give it to him. I think our house is as clean and as like organized as it is because he stays on top of it and makes sure that things get done. Whereas for me, like the boys' clothes would be piled up in their room for so long if I left it there. He'll walk in there and the laundry basket will be clean and he'll be like, Jen, fold this, put their clothes away, keep the room clean. And I'm like, all right, sure, I'll do it. My foot is asleep. How come every time I film, my feet fall asleep? Okay, heading over to the YouTube community post. I'm like sitting back now because I have my leg out because my foot's asleep. But over here I did get a few from you guys, so I'm going to read through these. So one of the assumptions I got is, I assume you need routine and a tight schedule to feel control in your day-to-day life. And this is 100% right. I run so well on a routine and on a schedule, and that's why I really liked being in school and being in college. You know, you get to build your own schedule, but also I just loved having the routine of like waking up and going to class and studying and all that kind of stuff. Like when I'm not in school, especially now, I'm really feeling it. I feel like I'm missing something. I just work so well in a routine, and that's why it was so important for me to get the boys on a nice routine and a nice schedule, because for me, my days just go a lot smoother when there is some order to it. When I don't know what we're doing and I don't know what's going on, I feel like I get like anxious, like I don't know what to anticipate or expect for the day. Harris is, like I said, a very go with the flow, chill person. So when we're like making plans to go to his parents' house or to do anything, he's just like, go with the flow, Jen. But for me, I need like a set time we're going, a set schedule of like when we're leaving, when we're coming home, what we're doing. Like I just love to expect what's coming. I hate the unknown. So for me, routine, schedule, like to know what my days are going to look like, just gives me peace of mind. Changing up my schedule also gives me a lot of anxiety. I know I've mentioned in previous videos that we want to like drop down to one nap for the boys, and I'm definitely like anticipating that, but also I'm super anxious about it because it's going to be a change to my schedule. I'm going to have to like redo my days, figure out what I'm going to film, figure out what I'm going to do, like this and this, my chores, everything that I usually do during the boys' 2 naps. Now going to have to switch around and move, which is giving me a little bit of anxiety because I've been on this routine and this schedule since the boys were like 7 months. I think we dropped down to 2 naps. So yes, you are right. I do work really, really well on routine and schedule. Okay, the next one says, I assume you're very comfortable in your life now, that you can adapt to surprises very well, pregnancy, post-baby body, COVID, etc. Okay, so this person said like 2 different assumptions, so I'll start with that one. So I assume you're very comfortable in your life now and that you can adapt to surprises very well. Well, like I just mentioned, I work best on like routine and order and like knowing what's gonna come. I hate the unknown and the unexpected. However, when things do come up, I feel like I'm just the type of person who like you just deal with it. Like when I got pregnant, even though it was like the unknown and the unexpected, I felt like I just had to accept what was going to happen and kind of get in a routine of my new body and changes and doctor's appointments and things like that. Like I feel like although when things come up and surprises come up, I get super anxious about it because it's like, oh my God, I get that what if mindset going of like, well, what's gonna happen? What if this? What if this? But if I just like talk myself out of that and set new expectations and kind of get myself in order with a new routine and schedule, I adjust a lot easier. As well as for like my post-baby body, I feel like I'm just like I'm not a laid back person. I know I'm not, but like with certain things, I feel like it's just like, all right, we're just gonna deal with it and we're gonna move forward and we're gonna figure out how we're gonna get through it. Like I feel like I like to like deal with something and try and move on from it. I don't know. I feel like this is like, I'm kind of contradicting myself because I said I hate the unexpected and the unknown, which is true, but I also feel like I adjust easy. I think that's what it is. I think I just adjust easy to like new things and changes in my life, because for me the easiest way to do that is to get on like a new routine, a new schedule, and like get myself in order with it. Am I even making sense with this one? This person also said, and I assume you and your partner are still in the honeymoon phase and are very happy together, which Harris and I are definitely not in the honeymoon phase anymore. I think it's very hard to be in a honeymoon phase when you have a new baby, let alone two. I think that the spice just dies down after you have kids. So I wouldn't say we're in the honeymoon phase anymore. Probably far from it. And they're very happy together. I mean, we do love each other. We are happy we have this family. And at times we definitely hate each other. I feel like that just happens. You just get in arguments, or at times you struggle. I think every relationship has its ups and downs, and relationships are work. So I have to say we're definitely not in the honeymoon phase, but it's not as spicy and as fun and as new as it was definitely before we had the boys. Okay, two more. The next one says, I assume that you and Harris will get married soon. And this one I genuinely don't know. I mean, I know it's something we talked about, and definitely before I got pregnant with the boys, we said we wanted to be getting married soon. But then the boys came about, and so obviously we had to put that on the back burner because we had to spend all this money and time, of course, getting ready for the boys and moving and taking care of the boys. And for now, it's just something that is like on the back burner for us. It's not all that important to us right now, and especially with like COVID and restrictions and everything, I just feel like we wouldn't be able to have the wedding we would want. So soon, within the next 5 years, I don't really know, possibly. I don't think we would wait a lot longer than that if we were to get married. But soon, definitely not like within the next like 2 years. And the last assumption is Harris does not like to be in videos, and I've talked about this a lot. And it's not that he doesn't like to be in videos. I think it's just that he's a more reserved person. He's a lot more shy than you might think, or I mean, you probably wouldn't know because you don't see him a lot. But he's in old vlogs and he's in old videos. But for me, now that he like is at work all the time and I'm home with the boys, and like my day-to-day life is not like surrounded by him, if that makes sense. Even when I was in school and he was at home at work, I think it was expected that we weren't going to be in videos together because I was at school and he was at work. But now that we're like living together and I'm home with the boys, I think that you guys would have thought that you would see a lot more of Harris. But he still goes to work every single day, and then he's home on the weekends. But like if I'm out doing something with the boys, he's usually home, or if I'm out doing something, he's usually home with the boys. So I feel like it's just not a lot of opportunity for him to be in the videos, even though I know when I'm home, like I could put him in a clip or two, but he's just a more like reserved person. It's not something that he is like seeking out. He doesn't like want to be in the videos. If I ask him, I'm sure he would say yes. Like I take some clips and like he's in the background of them and he's fine with it. But I just feel like he's not like, put me in the video, I want to be on your YouTube channel and be in this video. It's just not something he's super interested in. So he's not really in videos a lot. And like I mentioned before, it's just more easy for me to accept that than to sit here and like try and get him to be in videos. So that's why he's not in a lot of videos. All right, guys, so that is it for this assumptions video. It was actually really fun reacting to all these assumptions. I feel like it was also a little bit of a Q&A. I hope you guys got to learn a little bit more about me and the boys and my life and everything like that. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.